Hey Pewter Report listeners, James Hill here, and in this video today, we're going to be going over yet another Pro Football Focus list. Today, it's going to be going over the offensive tackle rankings going into the 2023 NFL season by Pro Football Focus. We've already gone over quarterbacks, we've already gone over wide receivers, and now we're going to be going over offensive tackles, which is pretty exciting, I think, in my opinion, because you look at all the different types of moves that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have made at OT, and I'm curious to see where Pro Football Focus has, if any, OTs ranked for the Bucs, because right now Tristan Wirfs has been playing over at left tackle, or I guess I should say practicing over at left tackle. Luke Gedeke has been practicing over at right tackle. There's been a lot of movement on the Buccaneers offensive line. So where will the Bucs rank, if any? Let's go ahead and see. Now again, as I said with wide receivers, I think ideally, right, every team should have at least one guy on this list, but that's not always the case. So we will see if the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have anybody on this list, especially considering the moves that they have been making, shifting around their offensive line. But you go ahead and look here. Number one, you got Trent Williams. He's still the best. I mean, the dude's absolutely crazy for the San Francisco 49ers. Lane Johnson still at number two. I mean, what freaking consistency from Lane Johnson, by the way, with the Eagles. Laramie Tunsil at number three for the Houston Texans. Andrew Thomas, number four for the New York Giants. Hey, shout out to Andrew Thomas. Same draft class as Tristan Wirfs. He has certainly made a name for himself. You have Christian Darrisaw with the Minnesota Vikings coming in at number five. Jordan Mailata for the Philadelphia Eagles coming in at number six. I just want to say the Eagles have two offensive tackles in the top seven. You've got Jordan Mailata at number six and Lane Johnson at number two. That's pretty darn good. But you keep on going here, and here it is. Tristan Wirfs of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers coming in at number seven. The paragraph reads as follows. One of the most natural pass blockers in the game, Wirfs has produced PFF pass blocking grades of 82 or better in each of his three NFL seasons. It's true that he was aided by Tom Brady's quick release over that span, but allowing just 6 total pressures from 696 pass blocking snaps in 2022 is still an incredible feat. And look, I will say this. I don't know if Tristan Wirfs is here at number seven because he is making that move to left tackle. It's certainly a possibility, but if he was still at right tackle, I think that you could make a legitimate argument that you could have him even higher. I don't think it's a secret that Tristan Wirfs is one of the best right tackles, or you could even make an argument that he was one of the best right tackles in the entirety of the NFL. Like Lane Johnson is still up there at number two, but the rest of these guys are left tackles. Trent Williams, left tackle. Laramie Tunsil, left tackle. Andrew Thomas, he's a left tackle as well. Christian Darrisaw, he is also a left tackle. And then Jordan Mailata is a left tackle as well. So, I mean, if we're looking in terms of left tackles, Tristan Wirfs would be number six. If Tristan Wirfs was still a right tackle in this situation, he'd be number two. That's pretty wild to think about whenever you break it down in that way. But in terms of all tackles, he is still number seven. I think that is a pretty fair spot for Wirfs in this situation. I think that the guys, you could, go ahead and make an argument and say, hey, maybe he should be at number six, maybe he should be at number five, something along those lines. But right now, he is making that move over to left tackle. He is definitely going to be a test for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He is, again, if he was still at right tackle, he'd be number two right now. But how's he going to play at left tackle? That is an experiment that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are running, and it's going to be very, very, very interesting to see if it works out for the Bucs, because if Tristan Wirfs is as good at left tackle as he is at right tackle, one, the man is going to get paid so much money. Two, I think you're going to have to put him a little bit higher up on this list, possibly even the top five, because that would just be absolutely insane. It would speak volumes to the level of Tristan Wirfs and his overall ability. He's also, much like I've said about some other guys in the past, he is another guy who is on a Hall of Fame caliber pace right now for his play. He's only 3 years into his career, folks. Absolutely crazy, and I think that number seven is a very justifiable ranking for Tristan Wirfs. But you keep on going down this list, and you get some other guys, Ryan Ramczyk of the New Orleans Saints. You go to Ronnie Stanley, David Bakhtiari, Orlando Brown, Braden Smith. You don't see any Tampa Bay Buccaneers on here, and I'm just going to keep on going on this list. You don't see any Tampa Bay Buccaneers, period, if we keep on going. You go all the way down to the low 20s, still nobody else there. You go all the way down to 32, and it is still no Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And folks, look, it's not surprising at the end of the day. You look at what's going on with Luke Gedeke. He is freshly making the move over to tackle. He played left guard for the Buccaneers last year, was eventually injured slash benched for Nick Leverett. That was a situation where Leverett did not lose the starting job after Gedeke was benched. Gedeke actually didn't even see much playing time until the end of last year whenever he played right tackle for the against the Atlanta Falcons, I guess I should say. So, yeah, it's not surprising to not see Luke Gedeke on this list. That's going to be another experiment that the Buccaneers are going to be running, is how is Gedeke going to look at tackle at the NFL level compared to guard. And I will say Gedeke, he did have a really tough go at guard. He was going up against some of the top interior pass rushers in the entirety of the NFL, but he still struggled mightily. And Nick Leverett came in. He did not lose that starting job. So it's going to be interesting to see if Gedeke can rebound. Shifting positions already at this point in your career, I think, is an interesting situation. I don't think it is a very glowing review for how the Buccaneers view Gedeke at guard. If Gedeke really was able to show growth and improvement at guard, they probably would have kept him there. But he's possibly going to be playing right tackle now. Maybe even a guy like Matt Filer, who has played tackle in the past as well. Maybe those two guys will see some tackle reps. I think they're probably going to go with Gedeke, though, based on, what we've been talking about over at pewterreport.com. So it seems like that's going to be the case. So Gedeke's going to be another experiment. The Bucs are really tweaking with their offensive line, really experimenting with it, and it's going to be interesting to see if it pays off. But hey, Tristan Wirfs at number 7, Luke Gedeke not ranked. Both those honestly make a lot of sense to me, and it's a lot of experimentation going on with this Bucs offensive line. We're going to have to see if it pays off. But what do you guys think about this? What do you think about Tristan Wirfs being ranked at number 7? What do you think about Luke Gedeke and the possibilities he can have at right tackle and him being moved over to that position? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope y'all enjoyed. And as always, folks, we will see you all in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, folks, goodbye for now, and see you soon.